mind mapping kind of goes right along with it. While it's going around, I'll get into what mind mapping is. And basically, mind mapping is a organized diagram. It's a diagram used to visualize organized information. Kind of like a family tree to give you an idea. And I passed one there. You got your main idea, and then your sub ideas kind of branch off of that. I've used mind mapping in my own life, and a lot of people think when you create goals and to-do lists, you're placing a burden on yourself. I use goals and to-do lists and things to create more free time in my life so that I can spend more time with my family and live the kind of standard of living that I want to live in my life. And so that's how mind mapping has helped me set a kind of a framework to implement my goals inside of. And so where did I learn about mind mapping? And I learned about it from reading this book called How to Think Like Leonardo da Vinci. And there's a section in here, kind of goes in a little bit more detail, but there's some other things I'm going to tie it into later on in the speech. Basically, in the book, he talks about creating that core idea, using pictures and one words to create your mind map, and you tie into the branches from the mind map in there with a single word one at a time, and then you break down your subtasks with single words. And the idea behind that is so that your brain correlates with just that one idea, a particular color or an image, so that it stays fresh in your mind. And so I always tell people, if you're going to do a mind map, you want to have it printed out or draw it on paper in a journal so you can look at it often. The more you look at it, the more you're likely to stick to it. Okay? And there's a whole host of things that you can do with mind maps. Maybe you want to plan a vacation to the beach. So, vacation and beach would be the first word. From that, what do you need to do? Are you going to need a hotel? You're going to know what beach you want to go to. And from that hotel, you're going to break down a couple of hotels that you'd like to stay at, but the first one's full. And it's subtasks that go along with that. Well, I got to call them and find out. And last week, if you were here for the speech, which you'll catch on our new speech last week if you want to see it, you would know that you need to do a daily to-do list, which is one item to accomplish each day, and you would back right into that main goal and achieve it. Okay? And so, another example might be to generate money for Christmas. Maybe you want to come up with an extra $100 a month, so 6 months you have $600 for Christmas. Same thing, your goal is to have extra money for Christmas. Well, what are 5 different ideas I can do? Sell things on eBay, mow lawns, pick up leads in the fall, and then from that, what do I need to do to grow that little business there, just to come with a couple extra bucks? Maybe you want to be self-employed like myself. I did a mind map. I have a mind map actually that I'm using that breaks down all my sub-goals in there. I got to cover health insurance, life insurance. I got to cover disability, emergency fund. I got to plan for the business, succession, and growth. So that all breaks down in there, and inside there's little subtasks to include coming here to Toastmasters. So that's going to help me build a business for getting up in front of groups that I have to speak. October 7th, I'll be speaking in front of 70 people, real estate agents, coming up with an ERA office here locally. So in 2 weeks, you're going to hear that speech. I want you to start simple. You don't need something complex. I gave you a simple little mind map that you can take home with you to build from. You want to keep it simple. Maybe you just want to walk 3 days a week. You can break it down in there. 3 days a week, half hour at a time. It's got to be realistic. You want to make that goal smart. You want to make sure that it's specific, measurable. You can have some accountability to it. It's got to be realistic. And there's got to be a timeline to it so that you can actually measure what's taking place. And this way you'll actually achieve those goals if you back your steps up into it. And that's what's great about doing this. When you create the mind map with your goal, it's going to create more time in your life. You'll notice one of the things that I put on your mind map is the stop doing list. So like every day on my to-do list is don't eat after 7 p.m. because I'm really bad about eating after 7 p.m. So, simple things like that. Going to bed at 9 is another one that I have a hard time with. It's hard for me to get to bed before 9:30, but I still put 9 o'clock on there. Some nights I do it, I'm getting a little bit better about it. It's something I have to always work at. But it creates more time in my life for things that are important. Like I don't miss reading a book to my daughter before she goes to bed. Or what did I have to give up? You'll see on there, stop no more than 30 minutes of TV. I could watch a little bit more TV, but my kid's going to miss out on some time with me. So I had to give and take, and that stop doing list helps me get there. Let me talk about some resources for this. You have the book here. I highly recommend this book, How to Think Like Leonardo da Vinci. In addition to the mind mapping here, it's going to give you another host of resources to help you personally develop yourself so that you can live the kind of life that you want to live. Okay? And then there's a website which somebody told me about, and I came across, I came across it, they told me about it, which is called MindMeister. And on MindMeister, it's a free web-based application for building your own mind maps. And so you can toy with different themes on there. At no cost, you can build up to 3 maps before you have to pay a fee. So I'll make 3, and then after I build one, I have 2 permanent, and my third one, like the one I just made there, I print it out as a PDF, and I'll delete it off and do something else. So